suit your wife as I do. I'm fine.
What were that hardware set up for? Turners?
Beg your pardon?
The hardware wasn't set up for this?
Yeah. Yeah, it comes from it came from Penn State for these plywood.
Yeah, I bought the ones I got from Penn State, but he's, like I said, they're going to be stocking this particular one here, and they'll have it.
They were designed specifically.
If you decide tonight that you're going to make some of these candlesticks, and you want some of that hardware, it would be helpful if you would go by the desk and tell Heather how many you want, because she's going to place the order first thing in the morning, and it'll be in sometime probably Thursday or Friday, no later than Friday, and you'll be able to pick them up the first of next week. You won't have them done ready for that by then.
Yeah, but there's no reason you couldn't use that on a turn candlestick also.
Couldn't use what?
You can use the same stuff on a turn.
Oh, yeah, it's like it's all whole.
What are those little kits run, George?
I think it's $5.95, somewhere around $6 a piece.
For the top and bottom?
For the top and bottom, and the screws that go with it, the 2 screws.
Is that brass coated? I assume it's just coated.
George?
Coated.
Heather's just told me if you place the order tonight, we'll have it here for Saturday morning's meeting.
Oh, there you go, okay. Wow. Good. Yeah, so if you would, place your order now and help her know how many to order, how many to put in for the future too. 44.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
What'd you say you got?
Out of Scroll Saw Workshop and Crafts magazine.
Would that be on the website?
No.
Probably, I don't know. I take the magazine. I take a couple of the Scroll Saw magazines. George, how to win friends and how to win friends and influence people.
Get out on your shirt collar, go home to your wife, go wonder where you.
Yeah, well, you possibly could use that again. I mean, until I get this dust all over, then it won't be come on.
Looks dangerously close to eyeshadow.
But that's about a 3/4 inch piece by 1.5 inches. Whatever scrap you've got, anything's got a straight edge on it, you can line it up on there when you get ready to use it.
You're already in trouble with your shirt.
Yeah, that's where they finish.
Hey, George, I don't understand the concept of it being so large.
Being what?
So large.
What?
The candlestick.
Stop.
Why is it so big?
Oh,
Compared to what?
You know,
He does micro cutting. He takes a stamp and makes a puzzle out of it. I know why he wears his glasses.
You also know why he's sitting far enough away from George.
Troublemaker.
For the longest time, George and I would have competitions to see who could make things smaller.
He won. Hands down. Okay, now we're gonna make some of these. Here's one that Bruce came with some of this, and here's one we made this morning. And of course, I've sanded it down so it works real good. It's come apart. I've seen these painted like this, which I like. In fact, my wife had enough of these. At Christmas, we have a big mirror in the living room. She draped some stuff on it like that and hung these online. It was real pretty, the red and white. I've also seen them take these and paint one of them red and one of them white and then put them back together like that. You just drill a hole. You want to drill a hole through it to put a hook in it to hang it on your Christmas tree or wherever you decide you want to use it. Now, with this, you can use it flat on the table, but I found that to be a little hard to handle. One of the members came up with the idea of making a block with a V in it, which was an improvement over having it on the table because you didn't have a tendency to do this with it, at least directly then closed. But we found out another one came up with, a friend of mine really, came up with this, and you make, these are 1/2 inch dowels. I looked 2 or 3 places before I found some of them made out of poplar. Most of them are hardwood, and I hadn't cut in hardwood yet. I don't think there'd be any problem cutting hardwood, but I just wanted something soft because I'm going to paint it anyway, and I didn't need the grain in it. So I found these at Lowe's, the poplar. So it's a 1/2 inch dowel, And we made these two blocks, and these holes about 9/16. It wouldn't matter if they were slightly larger than that even. All you wanted to do is direct it right straight, and it makes it easier when you're using it. Here again, put a couple pieces of two-sided tape on it.
Those pieces glued onto the base.
Yeah, they're stuck on that. Now, I've got a little groove where I have a little groove here to line it up, so I just line it up with my blade. Thank you. So what you're doing here, you're entering this right in the center. So, you know, you could probably do it from over here since it's a spiral blade, it wouldn't matter. I'm just used to working from the front of the machine. First, I've got to cut the end off this. I forgot to do that.
Can't even do that sideways.
With the spiral blade,
That
man.
spiral blade, that's right.
He's learning.
Imagine that.
I'll get him promoted someday.
It's gonna be right before it's over with.
That's just a matter of following the line and turning and pushing at the same time. Like I said, it's like patting your head and rubbing your stomach and reversing it. And you have to work, be a little bit coordinated in order to do it. And you try to do it as smoothly as possible because any rough area in there, you've got to sand it out later.
With this technique, you aren't leaving a web in the center, are you? With this technique, there's no web in the center? Like on
No, it come out just like those did. And with this, you could take, in fact, these patterns are longer than the ones they had in the book. They were using 3/8 material and short pattern, and I wanted longer pieces, so I'm using 1/2 inch, and I made them longer. But you could take these and put them all the way down here if you wanted a real long one. And it's just a matter of continuing that line as far as you want it.
Rob, look at him go with that spiral blade there. You got another one gone over to the dark side.
Now when I get to the end, I've got to cut that off. Of course,
If you extended that same idea a little further and put another one of those square blocks on this side, it'd keep this end from going like that.
might help, yeah.
Oh, what's it doing?
But when I get to the end of the unit, of course you can't go left or right to cut this one off. So what you do is just turn it. Just cutting the top and bottom at the same time. So it is possible. Shake all this sawdust you can get out of there because sometimes they're hard to take apart. Let's see if this one's going to come apart. You gotta hold your mouth right and let your head right apparently.
You got sticks of DNA there.
It looks like it's loose.
You getting these CDC guys all excited there, George.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kitty, try and tell.
In the event this happens, there are two things you can do.
Sling again.
What about there?
Three things you can do. You can do that. You can find where there's somewhere in here there's a little high spot or two, this binding that keeps it from coming off. And so what you can do with that is to take something like this and find that high spot, put it down on something and cut that high spot off to release it so it will turn.
Do this one, George.
I got it.
You got it?
It's coming now. threatening
Jordan,
to.
if you put some dental floss in there somewhere, you can.
There you go. Now see, that came right out. Here again, you've just started. If you've got a Dremel tool or something of that sort, now this is a little bit larger than the circle. And that's what I use on that one, the reason it works so good. But you can take this and sand it in there. If you want to do it by hand, here again, you take a piece of dowel. Take a piece of dowel and a piece of sandpaper, just wrap your sandpaper around it and go into that groove like that and sand it out. When you get that sanded out good, you get your pattern off, and I like the red and white. I painted the white inside first and then come back and just paint the red on the outside. In the meantime, you want to drill a hole in that so you can hang it up put hooks on it to hang it up.
Okay?
So that, now you know all I know. I've already seen it all, but it might help to get it in your mind a little better by seeing it on the screen. And he's going to turn them over one at a time like that. If you have any questions on any part of it, just go ahead and shout out and see if we can answer them. Because that's your pattern. It shows how to cut your pattern. See how I cut on the line all the way around, leaving those round circles. Actually, you only need to leave one of those round circles, the one on the top, and your pattern is marked with the top. You don't really need that bottom. I don't know why you put it on there.
Do you have any more patterns?
This one.
Is that the next one?
Yeah, of course, that's the fence that fence that was made, and that's where we're lining the blade up with that mark on the
Pattern is specifically designed for 1 1/4 inch. Is that right, George?
the fence.
No, the pattern.
Yes.
The pattern is 1 1/4 diameter. Right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Next? Okay.
That's lining it up. Once you get it lined up, of course, you take that piece with the two-sided tape on it, lay it beside it, stick it on your table. There it is, sticking on the table. That gives you the guide. If you don't have that on there, I guarantee you, your lines will look like this when you go along. You start at point A and going into it sideways.
Could you make a jig like this?
No, because it's got to be able to move sideways too.
The first cut is a sideways cut.
See,
To get into the,
that's getting down to the bottom and coming off.
That's why you have to use
Now
a
come
spiral
off
blade.
straight from there. Don't turn it there. Just come straight off.
yeah, we had somebody at the
Yeah.
show.
To get the top and
He
bottom.
didn't argue with us, but he couldn't understand why we said you have to use a spiral blade. And he went home and he came back the next day and he says, I know why you gotta use a spiral blade.
It's killing him.
Unbelievable.
He wouldn't approve on it.
Another diehard.
That was after we got both pieces cut and got them out. Of course, that's the little round drum sand that I have on my drill press that I sand the inside of it.